Do you know, the number one thing I always want to know when a new iPhone comes out is, what is it actually like to live with every day? Well, today you're going to find out. I've recorded my entire day using the iPhone 17 Pro, and I do really mean a full day. School run, workouts, lunch meetings, calls, and I'm going to show you how it all holds up for battery, cameras, heat, and whether that monstrous zoom is really worth it. When I started filming this, I wasn't entirely sure what kind of video this should be. A day in the life of a content creator, or maybe a everyday use case type of thing, because those are kind of two very different videos. In the end though, I decided to go practical, how I use the iPhone 17 Pro on an average day, because let's face it, not everybody is shooting cinematic B-roll of a flat white at 120 frames a second. Now you might remember earlier this year I bought the iPhone Air thinking it would be my daily driver, and almost instantly I returned it. It had terrible battery life, nowhere near enough camera power, and to be honest, I think history has pretty much proven me right there, judging by some recent leaks about that particular model. So anyway, I went running back to the Pro series and this time settled on the 17 Pro, which was my upgrade from the 15 Pro Max. And honestly, the size is what really sold me. The regular Pro is compact enough to fit in your jeans or jacket pocket without feeling flimsy, and just heavy enough to feel solid and premium, just like the amount of money that I spent on this. I really like this form, and I can't believe I've never bought a standard Pro phone before. So now we've got that cleared up, let's start the day and let's see what it's like to live with. Most of my days start at around 6:30 a.m, batteries at 100%. That's the phone, by the way. My personal battery is probably around 60-70% on a good day. And for a while my phone barely leaves the kitchen counter while me and my wife deal with the morning's chaos, kids, breakfast and school prep. Once the mini Gilroys have left for the day, it's time for me to do a workout. Now, one thing I have discovered this year is that Apple Fitness has become one of my absolute favorite Apple subscriptions. I really like the HIIT and the yoga classes, but these days I usually hop on a spin bike and stream a class straight from the iPhone to my display. So the 17 Pro handles this super easily, really smooth video streaming, and it connects to my bike and my AirPods for all my distance, cadence and heart rate tracking without me ever needing to get an Apple Watch involved. I've just now realized I've totally turned into that really annoying, yeah, I really need my morning workout kind of person. But the truth is, yeah, it keeps my dad bod at bay and generally makes me feel a lot sharper for the day ahead. After the spin class, I pop on a podcast, I grab a quick shower and a coffee and start planning out my day. Long-term viewers of the channel will know that I love the Craft app for planning, and I use this on my phone here instead of being tempted to crack open the laptop first thing. This is usually the part of the day where I decide what needs doing, what can wait, and what I'll probably ignore until next week. And if there's anything quick that needs doing here, like the odd email or YouTube comment to reply to, I just get this done as quickly as possible and then it's time to head off. Now, I almost always cycle to the studio. The phone unlocks my e-bike and also tracks my route via GPS and Bluetooth every day. Now, it is only a small journey, but I do like seeing it all sat there in my health app so that I can convince myself that I've done more exercise than I probably have. Once I'm there, my battery is still looking good, and the first jobs are a burst of emails, also some writing, some research, and a bunch of calls to take. Now, one thing I have noticed since using this phone is that people keep telling me that my calls sound much clearer. That's probably down to the new mic array compared to my old phone. It's genuinely really crisp even when you're using speakerphone. Now, for work calls, I usually record audio on my Claude AI recorder. I use it to transcribe and summarize and then file away any meeting notes there and then. Now, my previous iPhone used to heat up when this was happening, but I don't notice any of that here with the new model. Well, that's my morning done. It's been particularly productive. All my frogs have been eaten and I'm also feeling pretty peckish, so it's time to head out for a bite to eat. And thanks to Apple Pay, it actually doesn't matter that I forgot my wallet when I get to the food truck. And while I enjoy this little beauty, I'm going to catch up on a bit of content. I'm currently really enjoying the new Apple TV show, which is called Down Cemetery Road. Now, before we go any further, I wanted to tell you about a couple of must-have iPhone accessories from channel partner Moft. And yeah, you've probably already spotted these elsewhere in the video. As for the first one, well, you know that old wallet that you've been carrying around since the dawn of contactless, the one bursting with receipts and loyalty cards? Yeah, it's time for an upgrade. Meet the Snap Field wallet from Moft. It does everything that your old wallet does, only better. With this drawer style storage, there's plenty of room for your coins, keys, receipts, and those little coffee stamp loyalty cards that seem to take forever to fill up. And when you need to get to them, there's a quick access pull tab that also helps you arrange your cards for easy access. It's MagSafe compatible, so it literally lives on the back of your phone, no more patting every pocket before you leave the house. It's also slim, lightweight, and super portable, and still holds up to 8 cards. It flips out into a surprisingly sturdy stand and even props your phone up when you need to catch up on what your favourite YouTube has been up to. And then there's the Movas case. Vegan leather, soft touch, and stupidly light, plus these tactile buttons are so satisfyingly clicky. Just have a listen to this. The most important thing for me in a phone case is adding grip and protection, but without any bulk, and this one ticks all those boxes. Plus, it still works perfectly with MagSafe if you're charging or using the Field Wallet in stand mode. And unlike the iPhone 17 Pro models, the Movas comes in tons of different colours, so you can carefully match your vibe perfectly. You can pick up these accessories as a bundle or by themselves at the links in the description, and a big thanks to Moft for sponsoring this one. After lunch is over, it's filming time, and I know I said I was going to avoid doing creator stuff, but this is my everyday, so just indulge me for a little moment. So I tend to use the iPhone 17 Pro for some of my behind the scenes B-roll and also clips to share on socials. The new dual capture mode is brilliant. It films me on the front camera while showing what I'm looking at on the back, and it works surprisingly well. It's perfect for travel, vlogs, or quick unboxings, and also short form content, which I'm trying to generally get a bit better at. Likewise, the microphone pickup on this is much better, so it means I don't really have to connect an external mic if I want to shoot some video for short form. Now, for product shots or thumbnails, the 48 megapixel RAW photos out of these cameras are insane. The detail completely blows me away compared to what I was getting from my Air and also the previous 15 Pro Max. And again, people keep asking me what camera I'm using on my pictures, and I'm almost embarrassed to tell them, yeah, it's just my phone, mate. Now, on that note, quick pro tip that applies regardless which phone you have. Use your iPhone as a webcam through the continuity camera.
It'll make you look like a full-time YouTuber on your Zoom calls, and chances are it'll be way better than any webcam you've tried.
Now, a few people have asked me about this new set of cameras, especially that new telephoto lens, and yeah, it's definitely a strong performer. Particularly at 8 to 10x zoom, the sharpness is excellent, but once you go past that, yeah, stability can become an issue. You're going to need a tripod, or it's going to get really shaky and noisy, and the results generally aren't great at maximum zoom. To me, it's undoubtedly a great backup for travel or nature shots, but if you're serious about wildlife or sports photography, I think a real lens on a DSLR camera will still win over this. So I've cycled home. We're at the end of my work day around 5 PM. Battery's still looking pretty good, even without any top-ups so far. And just on the topic of charging, this can get a bit warm, but nowhere near the levels of the 15 Pro Max, which honestly used to get so hot I couldn't actually hold it after some charging sessions. I'd say that fancy new cooling system that Apple have baked into the new Pro phones definitely helps out here. After work is finished and the kids are in bed, I'll do some scrolling, some gaming, or streaming from the PS5 using the PX Play app and a connected controller. This one is from GameSir. The OLED display makes everything look incredible, and it's a really fun way to get some gaming in if the TV's already in use. And then it's time for bed, and the battery still looking okay. That's around 16 to 17 hours of steady use without a charge, and for me, that's a huge win. So that's a full day in the life with the iPhone 17 Pro. No gimmicks, just how I've been using this phone on most days since I picked it up about a month ago. For me, this is a great size to live with. It's powerful enough to do everything that I can throw at it, and let's be honest, I've barely stretched the capabilities of this chip, and the battery finally matches the hype. Now folks, if there's anything that you want me to test out next with this phone, maybe a more creative or a more content focused deep dive or a heavy duty stress test to see what workflows would really put this under some stress, let me know down in the comments. And if you want to see the other side of this story, why I didn't get on with the iPhone Air, yeah, you can watch that video just over here. See you next time.